He just looks like someone who hates everything.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers MPM-14 masterpiece movie, Bonecrusher. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have the Crusher of Bones in his robot mode, in his alt mode. His name is Bonecrusher from Transformers and Transformers. On this side, we have Bonecrusher. On this side, we have Bonecrusher. Up top, hey look, hey look, Bonecrusher. On the bottom, words, things, barcodes on the back of the box. You have your obligatory product shots. He does this, that, thing, stuff, and all of the other. That's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have MPM Bonecrusher, as he appeared in the first live-action Transformers movie. And here he is in his alt mode. He is packed in alt mode. Yay! But yeah, let's get in close here so we can take a look at those details. You can see the front grille here does have a little bit of weathering going on. You got those front headlights picked out in silver. Here we get a little plate here done in black. Get a little bit more of that weathering here on these vents on the sides. I love this little detail here with the windshield wipers kind of in mid-wipe, and you just have the clean spot there, and then the rest of it's kind of grayed out. I think that's a neat little touch. I like that. Another neat little touch. I don't know if this was on the actual vehicle that was used in the movie, but either way, cool touch. He has Megatron brand tires. You can see right there. It says Megatron, and also a little Decepticon symbol right there. That's pretty cool, and all the tires have that. So you got some nice details throughout. You have some smoky transclearance windshields and windows throughout. Yeah, the little Bonecrusher tattoo there with the bulldog. And again, some nice details going on there. You can see I did some nice weathering here to all of the tires. They may look just kind of grungy and dirty and grimy. I do quite like that. Again, some nice detail back here as well. Got the little ladder taillights also picked out in paint. But all in all, looks pretty good. There you have the top, there you have the bottom. He does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here it is with the Studio Series Bonecrusher. Here it is with the original 2007 Deluxe Bonecrusher. So you can see how that works out. And here it is with the TF Dream Factory Bonecrusher. So you can see how they stack up. Me, personally, I like the look of the MPM a lot better. This one, you know, is a little, the proportions are kind of weird on this one. You know, see the vehicle motor is pretty narrow, a little bit taller as well. Everything proportionally, to me anyway, just looks a lot better on the MPM, but as always, just my opinion. And for some MPM comparisons, here it is with MPM Barricade. So you can recreate that scene where Barricade is with him and then disappears, and we don't see him again until Dark of the Moon. Boom, he's gone. And lastly but not leastly, here he is with MPM Optimus Prime. So, there you go. Now, as far as articulation goes, the only thing that moves on this is the only part that matters, really, and that's the Minesweeper here. So we have a rotational joint right here that we can swing around, and that's long. That's a long fork right there. But you have a ratcheting joint right here at the base that can move up and down. You have this joint as well. This joint on mine, it's a ratchet as well, but it's pretty soft on mine and a little bit weak on my copy. You have a stronger ratchet right here at this joint. You have a rotational joint here, and right here at the fork section, all of these are actually posable. You kind of manipulate these and do what you want there, which is pretty cool, or have it all just move up and down as you wish. So that is pretty cool. This thing is packed separately in the box. It just clips on, so you can remove this if you want to. Again, makes a great fork if you saw the short I put up the other day. But yeah, you can do all of that. You also get an optional attachment here for the Minesweeper, and this one has little claws here all splayed out, and all of these are on ball joints here, so you can kind of position these how you want. They can also rotate at this axis here. You kind of have it splayed out. Of course, they split into two parts because they need to for transformation. But yeah, you get that little option right there, and there's always options. They're good. You know how it works, and it's very easy to swap these out. You just pop this off, and you pop this on, and voila, now you have something a little bit heavier that that one weak ratchet can't really support. But there you go. Hey, things you can do if you want to do it. So that is basically it for the alt mode, and it looks pretty dang good in my opinion. Now, the one complaint I have is my usual complaint with official stuff is paint. I wish it just had some more of that weathering on it. We just get little spots of it here and there, up front, here on the sides. The tires they did a good job on, but I wish they just could have done a weathering pass over this entire thing. It really, I feel, would have done a world of difference. This is a vehicle that just needs to look dirty, you know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, anyway. I think it would have done, it would have made a world of difference. Also, some other little details I forgot to show off here. You can see a little, like, exhaust here on the sides, like a little, I guess maybe that's a little ladder or something. Also, the side view mirrors I did pick out with some silver paint there, so that's a nice little touch, but, you know. Yeah, like I said, just maybe a weathering pass on this would have made this really look good, but all in all, it's still a good-looking alt mode. But let us not delay any longer. Let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's get a pretty good spin out of this crusher of bones. Now, the first thing I recommend you do before you start transforming this guy is remove this. Just pop it off. Put it off to the side. It'll make life a lot easier because you won't have that swinging around and smacking you in the face while you're transforming him. So just take this off, put it off to the side. So the first thing we're going to do is take these bumper sections here, bring them down, and we're going to take this entire front grille assembly and all, and bring it up. Now, it's only going to come up this far, and you're going to think, oh, okay, that's as far as it goes, right? Nope, you want to keep going, just add a little bit more pressure, and that'll just snap into place. That's the orientation it needs to be in, and it has to be in that orientation, otherwise things will not line up later. So, once you've done that, take this, rotate it 180, and then bring this arm in. You can see there's a little tab notch connection, just have that sitting right in there, and then just snap these two halves together, like so, and we got that done. Next, we're going to take the fender section here. There's a little nub that goes into a port right here, so just undo that, and then this entire assembly will just rotate down. You take this panel and just flip it in. You can just kind of rest that against the tire for now, and just leave that like that for now. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, except now we have this little section to work with. So you want to bring this down, and then you want to undo this and rotate all of this down. Flip this panel in. Now you want to rotate this around, and that will just sit right there like that. And now we're just going to come back here and just untab what will be his legs. We also want to split the legs because they also tab in right here in the middle. So we want to undo those tabs so we can just kind of rock these legs down a little bit so we have room to operate here. So now with these fenders, we're just going to take this section and flip that in, bring this down. We're going to rotate this section up and over like that, and then swing that in. Same thing on the other side, just swing that in, just bring that down, bring this up and over, get the camera to focus, there we go, flip that up and over, flip that in, and there we go. So now what we need to do is take these spare tires here, and we're going to bring them up on this hinge, and just rotate them. They rotate on an axis here, so you can kind of get them out of the way, so that now we can undo these side panels here. They just connect in the middle here, so just kind of give it a little tug, and that, and the door and that window will pull out. Then you can take this window here and just bring that down like so. At this point, you can take this wheel and bring it back down because we will need to for a later step. You get that out of the way. So now, bring this up to get it out of the way of this piece, and then just pop that open, take this window, and flip that down like so. Once you do that, you want to take this whole front windshield assembly and just pop this up. Get it out of your way, and at this point now, we can flip these out. The instructions want you to do this later, but I do it now. It just makes a bit more sense, and makes life a lot easier, honestly. So just flip these bits out like that. At this point now, you want to take this back section here, just get a hold of it, and give it a little wiggle, 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 and that will just pop up on a slider like so, and then you can take this and extend it out like that. Then you can come in here, take these sections and flip them out. If you can't tell, also bring this back down because we need the clearance here so we can flip this back out. As you can see, like, you know, once we get going, he just kind of looks a bit exploded, but trust me, all this will come together. Trust me. Just trust me. Anyway, once you've done that, one thing we could have done a little bit earlier, but we'll do it now. We want to take these panels here and just flip them under the windshield like that. So now that that's done, we can take Obia's arms here and just rock these shoulders up. Again, I find this to be a much easier way to do it than the instructions tell you to do it because it gets the arms up and gets everything clear, so you can now take this panel and bring it up. Now you want to make sure that this hinge on the inside is all the way up. So push it up like that and then bring this panel up. I'll do the same thing on the other side right now, so just bring that up. And again, make sure this inside panel is pushed all the way up like that and bring that up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to straighten his arms out. Just straighten out them elbows. And we can get these shoulders sitting a bit more level here. Like that. And now we want to just split all of this. So make sure that this panel comes undone here. It's a hook tab right here also. So just lift that up and just start splitting all this. Also split this windshield as well. So undo all that. Just bring it out a little bit for now, and now we will get the arms all situated. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this panel and swing it around to the other side, and then swing this around, and we have a tab that will go into this slot right here. Swing that around, and that will just locate itself. We can bring this little panel down on his shoulder as well. And once that is done, we can open up this panel here. We can take all of this and swing it under, collapse it up. That will snap into place, and then we can bring out his fingers here. Just bring those out, and then take these and bring them out. You kind of bring those back in, kind of position those however you want, and then just rotate the arm in at the bicep. That's your proper orientation, and there you have an arm all done, and the second verse is just like the first. With the exception of one thing, you do have to take the ladder and fold that down, fold that under, and then everything else you're doing exactly the same. And once both arms are done now, we can take these and just swing them all the way out like that. So now we're going to work on this section here. So bring the arms out so you have some room to operate. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these wheels down. We're going to rotate them all the way up on this hinge. So just kind of get them going. And this hinge is very tight on mine. So do be careful, exercise some caution, but you want to make sure that they come all the way up like that. Again, just take it and bring this all the way up. So sitting right there, then you just kind of angle the wheels down on those hinges. And what you do now is you take these armatures here and just splay them out, and if these wheels are just in the right spot, you should be able to bring these up, and they will peg in right into the middle of the wheels, just like that. So now looking at him like this, you want to take these windshield sections here and just rotate in, and then rotate this up, and rotate that up like so. And kind of sit him back down, and once that is done, we can take this upper body assembly here and just bring it up like so. And now we want to open up this panel here, and this will allow us to flip his head out, and then we can close this back up, and we have a little crotch panel here. We're going to snap that into place like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to merge parts here. So we're going to bring this up. Now, the instructions aren't super clear. Well, they're not clear at all of what to do with these windows. I bring them down like this. It seems like that's the way they're supposed to go because it's the only way they fit comfortably. So just kind of rotate these down like that and just bring all this together. And we have a couple of tab slot connections that are going to happen. You got tab slots right here, and you have two tabs that will go into two slots right up here. So just make sure you have all your clearance, and if you have everything just right, you should be able to push that in, and it should tab together all nice and easy like. And once that is done, you take these panels here, you bring them in, and they will just tab together like so. And that will make the backpack. And again, these windows here, again, I think they just tuck under the arms, because it seems like that's the only way they can go. But there you have the backpack all done. And now Bonecrusher just looks like a little kid that wants to be picked up. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is we can actually bring his arms down now. Put your arms down, man. Put your arms down. You're embarrassing yourself. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take these sections here. They have multiple hinges, and you just kind of want to get them started now. It makes life a little bit easier. And what's going to happen is these are going to wrap around this tire here. There's a little groove here that it will go over. Just get it over like that. And you do have a little slot in the tire that this bit right here is going to end up dropping down into. So just bring that down, line it up, and it'll sit just like that. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, just kind of get the hinges started. And then just bring that up and over, and then just get that tabbed in. And again, it will look just like that. Okay, so we're at the home stretch here. So now we just got to get the leg situated. So just bring the leg out, and then you're going to rotate it up like that, and then take this section and just rotate it back so it's sitting on the buttocks. You're going to take this little bit right here. You want to flip this up as far as it'll go, like that, and you have a post that will go right into the middle of the wheel there. So just line that up and plug that in, and then you're going to push this down, and this tab will go into that slot right in there. So just push that in. That will lock that into place like so. And now we just rotate the leg 180 at the thigh, and we can get his feet all transformed up. So just going to take the toe, bring that out, take the heel claw, bring that out, flip out this claw here, bring this side claw out, and just rotate this 180. In this claw, we have a little support piece. You're going to flip out this little tab there. Help you flip it out, and that'll just peg right into the center of the wheel. So just get that lined up, and that'll plug in right there. And then we have these little bits right here, which are going to just splay out, rotate down, and they will just drop right in there on either side. So it looks like that. And there we have a leg all done. And guess what? We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And now he has two legs. Hooray for legs. And we have little waist pieces here we're just going to bring out. And the last thing to do is bring in his mighty fork and just reattach that like so. You want to now open all this up. It will split right down the middle. And you want to rotate this and just situate this against his back. Angle these up. You can take these and rotate them around. You can pretty much do what you want there with those claws. And get all that sitting where it needs to be sitting. And there you go. There you have Masterpiece Movie Bonecrusher in his robot mode. And he looks good. He looks real good. It's a pretty involved transformation, but man, it is worth it. It is worth it. It looks so good, in my opinion anyway. I think he looks awesome. But let's get in close here so we can take a look at his chest, which isn't that far from his noggin. Whoop, there it is. His chest, noggin, and crotch, all not that far from each other. That's odd, but again, hey, it's movie Decepticons for you. Well, let's take a look at that head sculpt here. Very nice head sculpt. You see everything in there done in a nice gunmetal gray. Red for the eyes. And we get some bits of that gunmetal gray going down the sides here. Decepticon symbol, front and center. Lots of nice detail going on here. We do get a little bit more of the weathering here on these bits. You can see you get a little bit of weathering paint on the shoulders as well. You can see these sections of the arms and that gunmetal gray. You get a little bit of weathering there as well. You kind of see some little bits of brighter silver in there, just to make it look kind of scuffed and worn. We get some bits of weathering right in here, as well as on the crotch, a little bit of crotch weathering, as well as right here on the thighs. The knees also have some of that weathering as well, but nothing on the feet. And again, if they would have done just some more all-over weathering pass on this, would have looked a lot better, because these forearms look really plain. Got to use some of that weathering. The feet definitely could have used that weathering as well. But overall, though, just sculpting, detailing-wise, I think he looks great. You can see those feeties going on there. Moving on up. You got that bone-crushing booty. But overall, I think they did a great job. One thing aesthetically I think would have looked awesome is if these panels actually were on the fronts, so it looks like he just has tattoos on his shoulders. I know that's not screen accurate, but just, I would have liked that personally. But all in all, though, I think he still looks quite good. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? Well, the head is on a ball joint, move side to side, can move up and down. This entire assembly that his head is attached to can also move up and down. So you can get a little bit of looking up, can do a little bit of squirrel. Can look down a good bit. Again, side to side, you can rotate at this weird axis. You know, you can do it if you want to do it. As far as his arms go, you can rotate a full 360. They can move in and out at 2 joints. If you move this panel out of the way, you could rotate it out this way. Just kind of be mindful of kind of the stuff going on with the shoulders. But you can get that moving out there. You also have this joint internally that can move in up and down as well. You do have a double jointed elbow going on, and you have rotation right there at the elbow. As far as the hands go, what have we got? Well, I'll tell you, we do have wrist rotation, which is nice. And as far as the fingies go, these can move in and out, and you have a hinge here, and these fingers just have a hinge right there for transformation. I'm sure DNA is already working on fully posable hands for this figure. I don't doubt it one bit. Oh, and some extra painted details in there to show off. Now, as far as the legs go, they can go up that far. You can see you can do them high kicks, you can do the big boot. Back, you can get about that far. You kind of hear the ratchet. Now, the ratchets, apparently some people are having problems with the hip ratchets. On my copy, the right leg seems to work fine. The left leg, though, it works fine going one way, but then once we start going the other way, you can hear things just don't sound as good. So that's weird. I don't know what to do about that. Sorry. But anyway, outward, you can do the full splits. We got thigh rotation. We have a ratcheted knee. We get slightly under 9 degrees of bend at the knee. And as far as the feet go, they don't move up, they don't move down, but we do have lots of ankle tiltage going on there. Oh, and did I mention he also has waist rotation? Because he's got that too. Now, as far as his mighty forks go, you can leave these on if you want to, but if you want them looking a bit more dramatic, again, we can just pop these off like so, and put the nice splayed out ones on. Things you can do if you want to do it. You have the option, and as always, options are what? They're good! And of course, all this you can have positioned however you want. That's solely up to you. As always, your toy, display it however you wish. You can get that look going on. And one cool feature is whatever forks you're not using, you can store on his back. You'd have little clip points for them. Right here, just give them a little wiggle, and they'll snap right in. Give a little wiggle, snap right in, and there you have storage. Hooray for storage, and now he can scratch his own butt as well. Hey! Just all kinds of useful. Now, as far as accessories go, we do get noggin options. We get an optional face plate here, so we can remove this. Just rip off his face. It's very keeping with the movies. You rip off a Decepticon's face, and that's what we're left with. And we can bring in this faceplate, plug it in, and now he has battle damaged face with his eyeball hanging out. That's funny and disturbing and cool all at the same time. And the last accessory we get is fire. That's right, we get fire. We get 6 different little fire accessories here, all done in orange, and these all have a specific place to go. So we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. We have this one right here, and this one is going to tab right onto the side of his foot. It's going to tab onto that toe right there, like that. And then we have this one right here, and this is going to tab into a slot right here on top of his hip. Just line that up and just push that into place. Some of these can be a little bit of a pain to line up. There we go. Get that on there like that. And we have this one right here, and this is going to tab onto his crotch. And he definitely needs to see a doctor about that, because a burning crotch is not a good thing. Get yourself checked out. Get checked out, buddy! And now we have this one here that has a clip on it, and this is going to clip over the bottom center rail here. Just line it up and plug that in like that. And then we have this one right here, and this one's going to tab right into the slot in his shoulder. And this is the one that for some reason on my copy doesn't like to stay on. This one falls off pretty easily, but, you know, in theory, should stay right on. There we go. And last but not least, we have this one right here, and we have this tab that's going to go into this slot right there. So just line that up and plug it in. Like so. And now this bot is on fire. And hey, makes for a cool effect if you want to take advantage of it. You can do some scenery creation. Why not? Dare I say, why not? So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with the TF Dream Factory Bonecrusher, and the TF Dream Factory version is a fine figure, but the MPM definitely captures his look way better, a lot more screen accurate. Overall, I do like the MPM way better, but as always, my personal opinion, to each their own. You tell me which one you like better. And here he is with the Studio Series Bonecrusher. And here he is with the original 2007 Deluxe Bonecrusher, Don't Talk to Me or My Son Ever Again. And here he is with MPM Optimus Prime. This is my knockoff version, but it's the exact same mold. But yeah, so you can see how those two look together. And here he is with the other MPM movie Decepticons, and that's quite a nice family portrait, but we're still missing one. We need Brawl. But we're almost there with our Decepticon cast, but again, they look quite good together, so there you go. So there you have MPM Bonecrusher, and yeah, overall, I like him. I think he turned out quite well. I do have my qualms, though. One, again, I just wish there was more weathering paintwork on him. Would have made him look 100 times better. I do have a slightly loose-ish ratchet on the Minesweeper arm, which can get a little annoying. Also, the one hip ratchet on mine just works kind of weirdly, like it works fine one way, but then the other way it sounds like things are just going wrong. Some people have reported problems with the hips, so, you know, as always, that's the case if your mileage may vary. Transformation-wise, it's fine. I mean, it can get a little, you know, clustered because you do get to the point where it just kind of parts everywhere, so it can get a little cluttered up when you're transforming them, but nothing to a frustrating degree. It's not a nightmare transformation. You just have to be mindful of what to move and when to move it so things aren't colliding too much. But overall, I think he turned out pretty well. I dig him. I'm happy to have him, and bring out Brawl already. Bring out Brawl. So there you go. Now, I picked up mine from Robot Kingdom, but I believe this will be a Target exclusive. So check your local Targets, check Target.com. You can also get MPM Transformers from BigBadToyStore.com, as always linked in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the Masterpiece playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Transformers MPM-14 Masterpiece Movie Bonecrusher. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Ah, Bonecrusher, took you long enough to get here. Listen, you're all right there? I think I got a human stuck in my teeth. No, I hate when that happens. You hate everything. This is true. What are you doing? I'm helping you. No, this is getting weird. Oh, I'm useful. Let me be useful. Okay, okay. You're tasting me now. No, Primus!